Metaphysicians. Define, please? We want to continue mindfulness, consciousness. Thoughtfulness. Physics department's classical questions. Knockoffs on double-slit experiments. Consciousness of thought and how it works as a conundrum. Physicists study the objective world. Not objective would be consciousness. Even though money in academics is always an issue. Physicists and grants have to search our resources. But not if it is in consciousness and the fringe. Fringe research. Engineers can set up same lab equipment as electronics. Engineers do want to know if something works. We enjoy our love of consciousness and thoughts. Recognition in any field as of 2020. Educational institutions are very political due to money exchange for information. What is science? The how and why something is. Finding something we do not understand that is new drives a force of us all. Eager to find as researchers as the fun of being a metaphysician. We as creative writers do not have to follow the leaders to a science. We find the same in medicine and nature to be self-centered and based in belief. Not necessary, but the majority rules as we are based in ego and fear. What we create as a coalition of metaphysicians, we step outside the system. We create our own publicity, public relations, visibility. Stock market showed recently the young traders went against the hedge funds. We publish anyway as creative writers and allow others to see what we see. Science progresses one funeral at a time, Max Planck said that. We share enough research among those who go from down to the top. We do not necessarily have to have a well-known name as the lead author. We know that the top-down is the wrong approach. Enough people recognizing the right approach as a peer-reviewed journal. This is where politicism appears, but not always in a peer review paper. When people are interested in growing the expanse, we bring new truth. We all grow over time, and even Buddha thought this world to be an illusion. These same ideas been around a long time are bubbles of enlightenment. Lots of Buddhist and follow wise people, but some get twisted or molded into organizations. We need to get to the mainstream idea if it is a good idea and not regulated to the margins. How to break from out in the margins to the mainstream. Documentaries on YouTube will allow us to share information, and we do not have to monetize our growth. We can follow others and watch how people form their own opinions. We know in COVID and virus and ill equals health and shutdowns in our cultural communities we are stagnant. We will break through this time, and now we can turn this into an opportunity. An opportunity to use humor and voiceovers while we wear white lab coats instead of magical robes. Emotional resistance to deeply held beliefs and the edifice of cognitive dissonance. Our desires are in conflict to ourselves. Belief and reality in conflict makes for a bad time, and abstracts due to unknowing. Experiences and quantum touch has allowed evidence for us to consider as connections. Do we accept as integrative medicine practitioners and metaphysicians that we can share energy? We can teach meditation, and when we use alchemy to share intent with prayer and meditation. We can share energy and intention and charge with energy as alchemists who share love and enlightenment. We can share some classes and webinars and share our knowledge of alchemy, which is real with intention. We as creative writers who share energy and words can also in the future teach touch and intention. Love and light research, and those who in the past studied the monad and the ancient wisdom teachings share energy. We all have access with the cyberspace culture, with the fact that this is a place in space which is a platform. We can share metaphysicians, research, creative writers, and change our own lives, our own culture, the world. Why not join us inside the cyberspace culture and share who you are and how you participate in results in life? Producing evidential results and anecdotal experiences with associates can be shared personally. Something that is not intellectual but by experience is credited to metaphysicians. We do not need to be a magician and have magic in fingers. Spend a few hours with your mind and amaze your own thoughts. We share consequential order and control, and all people have abilities as a human. Amazing miracles do happen all the time. We as those of the intuitive as opposed to the intellectual is the real evidence of our metaphysicians world. Any good scientist and almost anyone would want to look at cognitive dissonance and what is invested in belief. Most people do not want to admit their own beliefs are wrong and off course. So, we use love and listening to share another path so others do not fall off the path leading off the flat land. We are invested in the world as only one orb of many in a galaxy in and around others inside a universe. We are all among many universes in the expanse. We all can create, and sharing what we know and what we learn together is done in groups among friends. We learn a little mental effort by changing our belief systems, changing our lives, inside our vehicles. Science should not stand still due to miracles happen all the time. We can study the patterns of changes in attitude can make a difference. People can have the abilities to modify future probabilities. Miracles are a dime a dozen in this field. Strange is normal as a paranormal field of intelligence gathering of experiences. Our whole life program is about learning about love and intention can heal. We have immersive healings, communications, telepathic senses, and keys to the worlds of consciousness. The cherry-picking of the logic of our future in virtual reality and materialism and determinism is research capable. You have to be a determinist as a materialist. In the other corner one has consciousness, free will, and time. Time travel is imagined and is an illusion to many in materialist. One cannot think consciousness and materialism are the real thing. They are two camps. It is logically inconsistent to be in both camps and be logically consistent. It is a conundrum, and people who can't square a circle have us believe we can be special. One must not think we must be touched by an angel, or have a near-death experience or something occurs to be special. Sometimes, it does help make a change, but this is the breathing, body awareness, and sharing waves. We share our love and desiring to help others as in principle as resonance and life force energy. We raise the field of energy and it surrounds the body, and we match the vibration of the practitioners. The definition of a healer as someone who got sick and got well. We all have idea as practitioners how to heal a cell or cancer, but we allow the mechanisms and the spiritual energy heal. Some say the life force energy is electromagnetism, but doesn't that fall off in inverse square law? There is no idea that there is distance to these thoughts. Thoughts create, and we can do universal healing. These are basic human abilities and are ignored in materialism. We can be inspired to learn skills for those who want to learn. One must be interested, and it pleases me that we all can learn how to be practitioners. We all may be here on Earth in a field and are inside something that we are simply a part of. There may not be field or no electric fields, or no gravitational fields as materialism. It's all about consciousness, which is fundamental. A virtual cell is rendered by a computer as cell cannot be sick but be rendered for someone differently. Speaking different words creates. Failing is falling for same understandings with our words and metaphors. We may not be inside our head when we pray and meditate, but in change. Metaphysicians may heal with our intention and interest as love cures. We are pulled in by our curiosity by being interested in volumes of interest in love. Change the thoughts and feelings. Change the thoughts as affection. Love is healing and looking at causality. We can start in different orientations and take a next step together as to asking why. Why? We can find nature of reality. Think as we form words and thoughts we can learn. We can try to experience and get connected, and you too can get into your own new pathway. Every new path is a different journey, but there is only one truth back to the same place. We use archetypes and some work from the science, and others form the health services and how to heal. We actually all work in consciousness, and we are consciousness. This physical reality is not the main importance, but it is, growing up. Focus on being authentic and be enough. Life changes over time, and we all know the thing that matters is love. Love is the purpose for food, family, and faith is the all of us. This is the core element of the consciousness that we call care, and why we care. Caring is love and love is caring, and we can see how these two words can share and care even among animals. Affection and attention, as in feeding and petting, is for creatures to feel with delight. The Creator wants the creatures to fill self with delight, with self-awareness and love and delight. It is all about learning about self and what really matters, and it is not the matter but the love. Lifetime after lifetime we all find the love. We are choosing to give and to go find the truth in our creative curiosity. We can take our curiosity of love and caring to have fun, and to have intellectual curiosity as a journey. curiosity and motivation, and about you in the I am, and the we in the all I am, and our mission. It is about other people, and we learn how to communicate and to connect to others and the forces. It is not about me and what I know, but what I can do, and what I can give, and it is a journey of learning to be. To be authentic, which seems self-focused, but this is the starting point. The middle of learning is about the path, and the journey to learning about other is love. Ego is about self and fear is about self, but love is about other. Love and consciousness. Love is more valuable, and love truly matters as not just a nice idea but the fabric of all reality. The solution for each soul to make a difference. Be in the world but not of it is an old saying, and we have a potential to be a part of the solution. The solution for the world is the soul. Somehow the kind of discoveries we make may go mainstream in the cyberspace culture. We can all learn to do healing work and can be studied at every integrative med of new consciousness. Integrative medicine is transforming the world in our new meditation, love and light of the arts in humanities in our hospitals, and sharing the research in sharing group therapy and giving and caring and showing attention to others. My path showed that our compassion means we learn more about the reason my child gave her life up to research in cancer at the Moffitt Cancer Research Hospital and did participate for others as she gave her life to experiments and research for humanity. She invested her life to the main avenue of research in cancer. This ginger Theresa Faye Parish needs to go mainstream as integrative medicine causation research facility. The Theresa J Morris Ministries has been blessed with her intention of giving to others, and love and healing was in the consciousness of world culture and our spiritual science. Spiritual science becomes fact, and the Theresa J Morris Ministries was filmed. My daughter filmed me sharing the small changes of life which we all made together. All we need to learn includes energy health, emotional processing work, and love. We may be looking for political correctness, however, we are also about original reality. We in this decade of the Roaring Twenties is about the better reality of better physics. Quantum physics and intrinsic realities was also the knowing that love and caring in this world is fundamental. Love is the answer, and love is the solution for all, as we are all about the mainstream. We as the world solution knows we are advancing into space where all the stars are light. Love and light is the solution for all and our sentient intelligent being species. We interface about all our systems as expanding, and we can do this with our needs for change. The direction is caring about all our mainstream knowledge in synchronicity. Love and light as synergy and creations are all about our experiences in the programs of the future. Consciousness is the fundamental system and the logical progression of the all I am. Out of the margins and into the mainstream for life. We are all part of the mainstream. We are the world, we are the children of bigger and better understanding. Now in the 20s of the 2020s are those who spark the ideas for all creative consciousness. We may have different words, languages, demands for kinder web-based reality in the cyberspace culture. Materialists and the programmers will share in the artificial intelligence, and our thoughts are things. We must co-create new worlds and alternate spaces where we can celebrate life as a journey in sharing cyberspace. Research will show the evidence of the split in the splinternet. We can all change, and the change in consciousness. We must allow the old theories to grow and expand in research that is shared by all. Align a person and touch someone as a theoretician of the love and the consciousness. Videos and evidence being presented in life such as healers are not charlatans. Once others see the expanse of love as healing conscious thoughts, and kindness and caring for us all as applied become the expanse. Lords and ladies of the past ancient wisdom, kings and queens, cultures share not only the past epochs of time but the knowledge. The magic of us all is the cyberspace intention to create conscious culture of all. Artificial intelligence, as do all of us, has many theoretical threads and roads in philosophy. The past does have us looking in our own rear-view mirrors of our own vehicles we create in the now on the roads of the past while we co-create the roads of the future. May the force be with us all as love, as we unknowingly live as our conscious unconsciousness, and soul conscious as the superconscious of the all, I am. Is absolute. Pandora's box will help us see a bigger picture of our 3D materialism viewpoint due to spiritual science. We can see how powerful love is as alchemy, then we can discover sincerity and vulnerability can be strength. I was caught in generating a new reality inside my own head as a lucid dream which I had, and it has changed my relative thoughts. The villains were the game inside a game of life. The others in my lucid dream were about killing and were in teams. Conscious evolution was inside the video game, and I only returned to this life to share in my healing. It was told to me that as was mother healing in this reality that allowed me the mansion of my father. This loving and caring compassionate place of 3D where I could exist and make no pain and empathy here was of my own choosing. These beings inside the video game had all types of futuristic tools as weapons to kill me. The ways some existed in this life of information and personnel security was how humanity was distinguished. Each human had a culture, and each in space and time had their own game of weapons and existing. The vision was to learn to survive and thrive, and in this 3D world was about healing. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit was the three which were the three keywords to be reborn, and the alchemy that saved me from the 4 square of material that was closing in on all sides of me before I was consumed in that game of life. I can share the terrible feeling of being powerful and strong and yet feeling some of the pins and needles that were put into my physical body in later videos. There were small 1/2-inch balls of use by one woman who had the power to insert balls into my arms, and yet she was unable to kill me, and it was said in that world saw that she died, not me. How did she disappear? How? Another woman told the crowd of teas surrounding me the amazement. Saying this, but because she was the most powerful woman, and used her weapons on this one, she had not met this one. This one who I was at the time, was armed WTIH, knowing I was a returning soul and I was in this reality also, immortal thoughts and good intention, and I asked her not to hurt me. I used words. It was said of me that I used my psychic abilities, and these were the greatest of all as love and caring and passion. I did not want to die. Do we fly with the academics or soar with the eagles? Metaphysicians and metaphysicists. Like physicists, consciousness. Position of hierarchy and deposition. Empirical investment in status quo. Intellectual osmosis. Math, physics, logic. What is taboo? Enlightening experiences. Behind the veil. Scientifically impartiality. Spiritual science. Double split experiment. Know me as an immortal of thoughts in the flesh, that the greatest power of all is love, and immortal thoughts of our own love as children who follow. May God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and the Divine Mother of all healing have mercy on all our souls as we learn not what we are but who we are as immortal souls of love and light. These words are simply thoughts in the language I learned while experiencing life on Earth in this 3D or third dimension.